That's better. Okay, we ready to go? Well, tough shit, we're going. Well, that's still kind of washed out. Too much? They don't give you a number on this. That'll work. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Here we go.
Are you just trying to navigate adulthood in a world that still expects you to have it all figured out? Welcome to This Is 50 with your host, Travis Holmes.
Well, happy fucking birthday to me. It's a great way to start the show. Happy birthday to me. Yes, I turned 53 on January 6th. And to show the nation's appreciation, they stormed the Capitol a couple years back. Just to say, we need to celebrate this. We need to make it a monumental day for Travis. So let's do something about it. Yeah, 1973, January 6th, I was born. And I posted on Facebook. Now, on my Facebook page, I'm beating myself up on this. You ready? On my Facebook page, I have not put in my birth date, or it's not shown or something like that. Because I don't want the fake, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. When you're in your 40s, I'm relevant still. When you're in your 30s, oh my God, I can't believe. And then you get pissed when people do. No, you didn't say happy birthday on my Facebook page. And when you're 20s and your early adulthood and you're on Facebook, even your teens. It means so much. You have thousands and thousands and thousands of friends that just wish you happy birthday just because it pops up on their screen. They're like, fuck it, I'll just do it. When you turn 53, now I don't have a whole lot of friends on Facebook, and that's by my choice. I was banned over a year ago. I was banned on the Facebook page. And now I'm slowly coming back, and I'm only letting the people that I know, they're 3, 4 friends that I know, and I went to high school or, outside of the studio here and work and stuff. I know them. Okay, yeah, I'll let them on. So I went from 5,000 plus Facebook friends down when I got banned. Everything dropped off, and then now I'm up to, I say up to, like I'm keeping tally, 270 people that I know. And most of them are from high school and jobs that I've worked at, gun wrangler, that type of stuff. 53. This show started right before I turned 50, actually. So we've been doing well. And let me clear the air real quick before we dive into the show. Now, if you're new to This Is 50, This Is 50 is basically was created for my mental health. I do 4 other podcasts. They're geared to one format or another, one genre, one topic, one type scenario type thing. And I was missing out on expressing my mental thoughts without going to a therapist. You don't want to pay someone $100 some odd for you to just sit there and talk when I can have you guys pay me hundreds of dollars and listen to me talk. So I created this show. I created it with a friend of mine, and he has moved on and stuff, and the show keeps going. So this is my mental health show. I do this strictly for me. Understand that. I do this strictly for me, not for you. If you benefit from it, by all means, go on with it. Take what you can from what I've learned and what I say and my perspective on things, which is kind of warped. I've always been told that a little bit. But take it with a grain of salt. For me, I take it with a spoonful of sugar. It helps the medicine go down. So that's the background on me and the story and the show. 53 years old. Now, I started talking about the Facebook, and I didn't get any Facebook fanfare or anything like that because my thing's not on the... hey, guess whose birthday it is today? Ooh, tell me. But I did post something on my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page. Now, This Is 50 has its own Facebook page where I post stuff all the time. That's me. That's me doing all the stuff. So if you see anything over there, that's me doing that. And then my personal Facebook page. On my personal Facebook page, I was sitting late at night in bed, looking at my phone, tapping things and doing things. My mom used to call me on my birthday when I was born. Now she's passed away. She's been gone now for 4 years. And I kind of like sat back a little bit. And I was like, you know what? Not that I don't miss that, but it's kind of like that was the one person that knew that I was born at 1:25 on January 6th. That was the only person that knew that. 1:25, January 6th. And she would tell the story of, we went in, during Christmas and they walked me around at the time they'd make you walk, if you were giving birth, and then they sent me back home, and then I was there a week later. You were almost a New Year's Eve baby, and then they sent me back home, and then 6 days later, boom, born on Epiphany, Three Kings Day, I came out at 1:25 in the afternoon. So I posted that up there, and the question that I posed, not because it was my birthday or anything, but this is what generated the question was, do you know what time you were born? What do you know? Like, does it say on your birth certificate, born at, 3:35 in the morning or 2:30 at night, or, I was born at night, but not last night type scenario. So that 1:25 always stuck with me, and I don't know, it's just kind of weird. I was like going, you know what? No one knows exactly what time I was born, and I posted that on Facebook and stuff. Here's one thing, and I'll dive into what we've been doing with the other shows here. I know everyone that's listened to this show, it gets repeated on a different podcast, and I'll explain it. I'll clear it all up. Don't worry. Shut the fuck up. All right? Did you hear about the part that this is for me, not for you? But I'll explain it. So my dad comes out and he's like, happy birthday, son. I'm like, thanks, Dad. So how old are you now? I said, I don't know, Dad. Why don't you tell me how old I am? He's like, well, you were there. I said, so are you, Dad. 53 years ago. What are you? 51? Sure. Let's roll with it. 51, Dad. Thanks. No, I'm 53, Dad. Oh, that's right. Bullshit. Go back in your room. Listen to your Molly Hatchet or whatever you listen to. I'll dive into what's happening with the Deacon Live show. You can see behind me the light's not on. If you're watching this here on the YouTube channel, the light's not on, but I rotate the lights depending on what show's going on. So a little quick recap. I do a Deacon Live show, which is an entertainment show. It's a very, very fast, rapid-paced news weekly show that deals with viral stories and things that have popped up that week that are not like top-tier stories. They're not middle-tier stories. They are somewhat viral or will be viral. Hey, look, I caught this trend. Let's talk about this. And I do like 9 articles in an hour time. Bing, bing, boom, bing, 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 bing. And then I get out and we go on about our day. I've been wanting to change it and tweak a little bit. And I think I found what I was missing. And I'll dive into all that. That's your teaser for the show. I'll dive into all that as we progress throughout this show. So I got a lot to talk about, lots to get into. My neighbors are on vacation. Guess what happened? If you've listened to this show for any length of time, you know exactly what happened. So stick around. I'll be right back. I received a compliment, ? the other day. Now, let me explain this, okay? Because I don't want anyone out there, because I know there's some, like I said, other jobs and stuff. People listen to this podcast, This Is 50, and they say stuff like, Trav, you're insane, man. What's going on in your head? I'm like going, just be quiet. Keep it down. So I'm still running 4 miles every day. The lengths that I go to run, I say lengths, the distance that I run has gone from, running 10-yard sprints to 50-yard sprints to 75-yard sprints. So it's progressively getting better. My wife bought me brand new shoes for Christmas. They're actual running shoes. They're geared for runners' feet. So I've been using those. And the only thing is they're like putting on like a wetsuit. Like the foot hole where you put your toes in is real small, and it kind of goes around your foot. And I have a hard time bending over and getting these shoes on. They're called ONS. O-N-S or O-N, something like that. But they're really good shoes. They were quite expensive, so my wife got a pair too. Why not? Sure, matching trend. We have become friends with the neighbors, backdoor neighbors, because our property is, 22 some odd acres. So the backside of our property is everyone's backyard on the street that I run on. So these new neighbors moved in. They moved in probably maybe a year ago, maybe a little bit less than a year ago. And they're our age. And I say our age, my wife and my age. I'm 52 or 53. I was 52 when I met him. And my wife just turned 45. So her husband is 45 and she's 54. A little age difference there, but that's okay. So she's the one that bakes my dad sweets and stuff. And if I see her as I'm running and stuff, and I'm like, oh, hey, Angie, what's going on? She's like, hey, Travis, how's it going? I think she's from Nashville or something. So that's Southern, hey, how you doing, Travis? How you doing? How's everything going? You doing all right, Mom and M's? Yeah, everyone's good. And she's always worried about my dad. How's your dad doing? Is he okay? I can bake him something. I can make a souffle, chicken pot pie. I can do mashed potatoes and all that stuff. No. Angie, we're fine. Angie, we're fine. Okay, then. All right. See you later. So I'm running. And I'm running down the street. And her house, as I'm going down the road, her house is the third one in. And she's backing out of the driveway. She rolls her window down and goes, what's happening, hot stuff? I gotta go, all right, hey, Andrew, what's going on? I see you got the people out here that are working on your yard. Yeah, and, and it just threw me off guard. Here I am, a married man. She's a married woman. And, you're supposed to be, I taught to be respectable. That's why my wife loves me. She has no worries about me straying she's like, I have complete confidence in you, babe. She's like, I don't fear for you at all. She's like, the rest of the world, I fear for them. But I don't put her in those situations. I don't put myself in those situations. So she never really has to worry about it. But that and I don't see anyone. But I mean, like, see anyone like all the time. Anyways. So Angie rolls down her window. She's backing out of the driveway, to talk to me. And the first thing she said, what's happening, hot Steph? I'm like, you silly goose. Don't say that. No. I was flattered. I don't know. It was a Southern thing or whatever. But she said hot stuff. And I said, well, there you go. I still got it. And I'm walking. But it does, when someone says something nice to you, when someone says, hey, you doing all right? You look good today, that type deal. Take it as a compliment. Because I could say, God, Jesus, what a fucking pain in the ass you are. Speaking of pain in the ass, my literal next door neighbors. Yes, not the ones that were shooting off guns. The other ones. Where they've got 6 kids and they've all grown up and everything. And they've got, let's do it this way. No matter what animal they fucking get, they end up on our property. We have got our chicken coop, our chicken area. We have, I don't forget how many chickens we have now, maybe 30 something. We lost a couple this year. I forget what the number is, but there's a lot out there. They have their own pen. They have their own chicken run. And during the day, if we're home and stuff, we'll let them out and they'll walk through the yard and pick, the grub worms and everything out of the yard, and they poop in the yard and do all that stuff. And then they go back in their house at night and blah, 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 and everything's done. You lock them up. If their chickens and stuff were not locked up in their pen, they don't let them run free. Every single one of them would be on our property. And it happens. It happens all the time. They had a peahen, which is the female version of a peacock. If you listen to the show for any length of time, you heard that peahen was up up on top of my $100 and some odd $1,000 Chevy Silverado High Country on the hood of my truck. Oh, can't have that. Fucking scratch marks and shit. So that bird went away. I don't know where it went, but went away. But every single fucking animal that they get ends up over here. Now, I don't know if they listen to the show. I don't know. I honestly do not care. They're religious people. I don't think they listen to my type shows. I don't know. If you're listening, get ready. So I'm out in the backyard. My dad, he had to do something early, so I had to go down and let the chickens out. My dad normally does it in the morning. That's part of his routine. He drives a side-by-side down, lets them out. We got 15 eggs today. You know, whatever the egg count is for the day. So I walk down because I'm capable of walking down there. And I look over and 4 goats are on our property. Now, between our properties is that cypress tree line. If you live out in the rural countries and stuff like that, you know that normally people will do like a cypress tree hedge in between everyone's property line, just kind of, maintain boundaries and whatever. And on their side of the property, on this tree line hedge is a fence. They've got like not a chicken wire fence, but the 2x4 grid fence on that side. And then they got all their animals on the backside of their property. They have 18 acres over there, and they've got them all fenced in and makeshift fence here and so on and so forth. I look over and I go, God damn, the fucking goats are over here. Now, they weren't doing anything at the time. They were just sitting there picking at the grass and eating at the grass. And I text my neighbor. I'm like, hey, if you're looking for, and I take a picture. Hey, if you're looking for their goats, they're over here chilling. Okay, we'll send someone. I get a text back, neighborhood chat. Okay, we'll send someone over to round them up. I said, okay, fine. They're, just chilling. Go down, let chickens out. Open up the fence, all the chickens come running out, and they take off throughout the yard. Go down to feed the horses at the barn, which is like a football field away, and walk back up. As I'm walking back up, now when we let the chickens out, we put their food, we have like big troughs of food that we put outside of the chicken house. So they can kind of, instead of going up and down inside the house, they can just feed out there. Well, the goats found it. I'm like, God damn it. Now, our chicken house is off the ground. The way we built it, it sits on stilts. So it's probably about 2.5 feet off of the ground. So the chickens, when they're out, they can get in some kind of shelter if it rains or whatever, snows or something. The goats are underneath the chicken house trying to get at the food in the troughs, and they're doing what goats do. They're butting heads. And they're fighting and they're beating each other and they're bucking and banging each other's head like Ram, Dodge Ram, boo, tough or whatever the commercial is. They're doing that and they're bumping the chicken house. Now, the chicken house is just made out of wood. My wife made it, very big structure, but these goats must weigh 150, if not 200 pounds each. Maybe I'm pushing 200 pounds. But the sheer impact of them fighting underneath that is bumping the house and it's moving it. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Come get your fucking goats. Where is this person? So I text, I'm like, hey, your goats are, we're in Arizona. What do you're in Arizona? And one of the daughters will be over soon to get the goats. I said, fine. Sure enough, my farrier comes over. Because it was Monday, and we do the Equine Dynamics show, the horse show. That's one of the shows if you're watching us right now on the YouTube channel at This Is 50. He comes over, and he starts waving the goats away. He goes, they were down there eating all your rose bushes. I'm like, God damn it. So he waves them away, and it goes away. The next day, I'm stringing up lights, rolling up lights, and something else comes over. I said, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? Now, the goats, they weren't damaging me, but they were starting to damage some of my property. Like, I was afraid that they were going to run into the fences and stuff and mangle all the fences and take off. And I'm like, my structure's fucked up. As I'm wrapping up the Christmas lights the other day, something else comes over. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? So I'm going to take a quick little break and dive into that. Take a deep breath, and I'll dive into that when we come back. So stick around. I'll be right back. For my birthday, my wife, she felt bad because I've told her stories. Oh, woe was me type stuff. I told her stories that, when it comes to my birthday growing up as a kid, because the cycle of everyone's birthday in the family, even though mine is January 6th, I'm the last birthday of the family cycle. Let me explain. So after my birthday, the next birthday is not till March or April in the family. And then, there's 3 in April and 4 in May, and then there's 2 in June, and then July, you have 4th of July, and there's like a cousin in July, and then September is, a couple uncles, and then you go through all that, and a couple birthdays and stuff in October, and then you get into like Thanksgiving, and then you get into a couple birthdays in December, and then you get Christmas and Christmas Eve, and then you get New Year's Day, and then boom, January 6th, I'm the last birthday. And then the cycle starts again in the family. Not another birthday till like April. So there's like a 4-month gap where everyone can go, we don't have to buy any presents for anyone. So I would get the raw end of the deal because I would see how much my birthday would stress my mom out. She was always sick on my birthday. After, entertaining people 8 months out of the year, when it came to my birthday, she's like, what do you want, Trav? What do you want? And I said, if anything, as I got older and older and older, when you're a little kid, you don't care. When you get older and you realize, oh my God, this is really, really taxing and it's a lot of preparation and stuff, that I said, I just want a chocolate cake. That's all I want. The simplest cake you can possibly make. Now, my mom would not do anything out of a box. It was always cocoa and eggs and flour and, baking soda and letting it rise. And then what kind of frosting do you want? I go, well, I like that really, creamy frosting that, we had over whatever. So she would make, it was called cream cheese frosting. So my mom would make homemade cream cheese frosting and, melt the stuff and all that and add butter and the powdered sugar. And here's your cake, Travis. I got to go sit down, even when I was like, 15, 16 years old, I got to go sit down. Okay. In the cycle, the 8-month cycle of everyone's birthday, which I was involved with, we always had a dinner party and stuff. And I'm talking dinner party. I'm like, we're at the fucking Biltmore. Every fucking time we have a birthday party, everyone sits down. It's everyone, posh people. My mom's side of the family. One year, one of my aunts made a hummingbird cake. And I think I might have been like 16, 17 years old. And maybe younger. Because when you're younger, anything with like carrots and nuts and stuff, you're like, I don't want that. That's gross. That's healthy stuff. So I must have been at least under 15 years old. When the hummingbird cake came around, here's your slice, Travis. Enjoy. Would you like vanilla ice cream? Yes, I would love vanilla ice cream. I don't want this. I took a bite. It was like manna. It was like ambrosia. It was so moist. It was so delightful. So my wife goes, this year, you want me to make you chocolate cake? And I thought back to that hummingbird cake. I said, no, I want a hummingbird cake. You do? I've never heard of that. I said, babe, I've talked about it. She's like, I know you've talked about it throughout all the recipes and stuff throughout the years. She's like, I still have never seen anyone make a hummingbird cake. So she found a recipe. She's like, well, what do you think's in it? I said, I don't know. It's like bananas and I know there's nuts and it's really, really moist. And she finds a recipe. She found one. She's like, is pineapple in it? I go, that's it. That's the secret ingredient. That's what makes that cake so good. The banana and the pineapple and the pecans and all the other stuff that goes with it. I said there was like poppy seeds in it. I might have been mistaken on that. But yeah, she made it. Oh my God, it was delicious. And I told my Dad, you remember having this cake before? Huh? You remember having the poppy seed? Not the poppy seed, the hummingbird cake? I've never had this cake before. So I lean over to my wife. I go, he's had this cake before because I've had it several times. either he has lost his goddamn mind, literally, or the times when I had it under the age of 15, he was so either hungover or drunk or combination thereof, he probably forgot or did not know that he had this cake. Because if you have it, it is completely unforgettable. I'm literally saying that's how good this cake is. I've had friends of mine on Facebook, and I posted the picture of it. I'll post it on the This Is 50 Facebook page, too. It is so goddamn good. So there you have it. I know everyone's so delicious. Walmart's got a new thing out. You guys know that I go every Friday. Today's Friday. We broadcast this show. This is 50 every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I just gave up doing it early. By the time I get done and put groceries away and sit down and talk to my wife, not that that's a burden or anything, but by the time we get caught up on stuff that's happened throughout the day, because she just got back from horse riding, we've got a sick horse out there that we're working on, trying to get everything done. Once I get done and situated and sit here in the studio, it's always 3 o'clock, no matter what. So we broadcast every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you're watching this over on YouTube, you can see the full-length podcast over there as well. The audio portion I kind of trimmed down a little bit, so it's not boring. It's never boring, Travis. It's never boring. Okay, whatever. But I pick up groceries. Oh, excuse me. See, that's why it's not boring. I pick up my groceries. I physically go in the store, shop, pick out what we need. Oh, we're going to have a chicken and spinach ganache soup this weekend. Is that all you do is eat and run? Yeah, that's all I have time for. Drink beer, too. And in the process, my dad is, he orders his groceries and I pick them up at Walmart. The new thing that they're doing at Walmart, I don't know if you're familiar with, picking up groceries at Walmart, but let me give you the inside scoop here. During the holidays, people would just pull up and go, yeah, I'm whatever. What's your name? Johnson. Johnson? Okay, be right out. They look for Johnson or, some kind of common name, Smith. And they come out, here you go. People would take off with someone's groceries, and then the actual Johnsons would show up and go, hey, man, where are my goddamn groceries? I don't know why he sounds like that, but that's the area that we live in. Oh, they came and picked it up at 2 o'clock. God damn it, man, motherfucking shit and goddamn shit, So now Walmart's gotten smart. Heaven forbid my dad have to do this, but I went up there and they're like going, Mr. Holmes? I'm like, yep. Do you have the barcode, your security code? I go, what are you talking about? Well, they sent out an email. I said, when did this happen? Oh, this started the first of the year. Actually, she said it started yesterday, after the first of the year. I said, oh, really? I don't have any code. She's like, do you have the app on your phone? I said, yeah. I said, everything's underneath my thing. So she, she's on my phone and she's clicking on it and stuff. She's like, there you go. There's your code. A little barcode. She scans that. She's like, thank you very much. I said, they must have really had some problems over at Walmart where people were stealing or doing something or being unfaithful. Oh no. Walmart shoppers unfaithful? Stealing other people's groceries or using something that, is not cohesion with the accounts or whatever that they have. I don't know why I said cohesion. It sounded funny. But yeah, they got a new barcode or something that they have to scan on your phone now. So I just throwing it out there. Just in case. I bought my dad a new car cover. Worst thing I could ever do. I got to go to the doctor's appointment tomorrow. Okay? I put the car cover on there. How easy is it for... stop right there, Dad. Stop. What time's your appointment? 11:30. What time do you leave the house? 10:30. I said, well, I can do my run. I come back and take the car cover off. Then I'm making dinner that night, and he goes, the appointment's at 9 in the morning. So I'm like, God, I'm in the middle of making dinner. God damn it. Okay. So I'm going out there, and if you've never seen a car cover or how they put on, they got a little bit of elastic, that kind of tucks it under, but there's like pull straps underneath. I had to go out there and like binder clip them and take them off his car and flip it off and thank you. So, it's always something little, something small, something minute. But so I'm outside. I got time for this? I'll do this real quick, and then I'll get into the where I'm going with the other show, the Deacon Live show, which is that one over there. Oh, there it is on the camera. That one. I'll tell you what's going on with that, because some of you, hold on, some of you listen to this show, the This Is 50 show, on its normal platform. Spotify, iHeart, Apple, Amazon, all that stuff. But the Deacon Live show, we've been on hiatus for a little bit until I can do something. So what I've been doing is repeating this show. It's a little different over there. Not that I'm verbally talking about it. Just the setup and the format. There's like a different intro. There's different musical guests and stuff. But that's over on the Deacon Live show, to keep informed with the Deacon Live show. So if you're listening to us on Deacon Live right now, thank you. Hopefully we've gained some new listeners for this podcast. But when we come back in full form, hopefully we'll gain some more new listeners over on Deacon Live, and everything will be copacetic. Another funny word. So I'm sitting there, back to my story. So I'm sitting there, and my wife, I'm having breakfast and stuff. My wife goes, this is yesterday. She's like, what are you going to do today? What do you got plans? What do you got on the dockets? What do you got on the books? What do you need? What do you got lined up? I said, well, I was going to do this. I said, I was going to sit in the back room with you all day, but there's a lot of stuff that needs to happen. When I say sit in the back room with her, I would play video games. She sits behind me and I sit here. Her office is, anyways. I said, but I don't want to waste time back there. I want to get stuff done. She's like, why don't you take the Christmas lights down? I'd love to do that. Honestly, I would. I would love to put them away correctly, label everything, doing all that stuff. It's not an OCD thing. It's kind of like I want everything to be bound up and wound up, because we're always fighting with the balls of, the lights are all discombobulated and round. So we got these nice things, cable tie or cable roll-up things. I don't know what they're fucking called. Big orange round spools that we put the lights on. I label them, this is the holly tree on the left side of the house, and this is the crabapple tree on the front right of the house, and that stuff. So as I'm sitting out there, rolling up the lights, and I'm labeling them and stuff, I hear this. And I sound like a chihuahua compared to their dog next door. Yeah, those guys with the free goats. This dog is huge. It is easily 150 pounds. Long white hair. I don't know what kind of dog it is. Some kind of shepherd dog, but it's long white hair. And it is aggressive. And when I say aggressive, when it barks, its front paws are coming, jolting. Roar, 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 roar. And then when you go like I'm going to go get you, he'll back up, and then he'll go, okay, now I'm being threatened. I'm going to come back at you again. Or if you start walking near him, he'll do the same thing. He gets aggressive. He's never bitten me. He's never done anything. But the bark and the bite, no, not the bite, but the bark and the movement of that dog is very, very aggressive. I got scared one night. I told this a few months back. I was locking up the chickens, pitch black out where I was going. This white beast came out of the shadows into the light that we have there, and was just like long-haired white dog, 150, 175 pounds. I know the dog's getting bigger and bigger by the minute on the story. Scared the fucking shit out of me. So here I am winding up 2:00 in the afternoon. I'm winding up the Christmas lights on the orange barrel spool thing, whatever they're called. I don't know what they're fucking called. My wife asked me. I said, buy some more of those. She's like, what are they called? I go, well, I don't know. Oh, barrel spool things. So I text the neighbor again. Hey, took a picture of the dog. Took a picture of the dog as it's running like in mid bark on my side of the property. Hey, what do you want me to do about this? How do you want me to handle this in the neighborhood chat? So the wife goes, oh, one of the daughters will be over later this evening to take care of him. Put him back in his cage or whatever, the pen area. And I'm like, this is 2:00 in the afternoon. Later this evening? one thing ran through my mind because we live on a high-speed road. I would hate for this dog to get hit out on this road here. Oops, sorry, I'm hitting the microphone wand here. 2, he's going to chase the cats. He's going to ruin he's going to do something. He's going to do something. I know he's going to do something. I'm like, what time is this person coming over? Because this is ridiculous. I didn't say ridiculous, but I'm trying to maintain my composure. Someone shows up about an hour later. It was the girl that got off work. She left work early, 6 hours early, to put this dog away and figure out where the dog was coming out of. So the husband of the neighbors next door says, everything's fine. Everything's all put up. We found out where the dogs and the goats were getting out of. Sorry about that. My bad. And I'm thinking, you're gone in Arizona. God knows how long. I don't know. I don't pay attention. I don't take track of when they're coming or going. We used to. Hey, we're getting ready to leave. Can you feed the dogs? They don't ask us anymore because they now have grown children that are in their 20s that should be able to handle this. They don't care. They don't handle this. They just throw food, throw water, and then they leave. They don't check anything. They don't do anything. So because of that, because they don't care, I say they don't care. I don't fucking know. But if they cared, the goats wouldn't have gotten out, and their fucking vicious dog wouldn't have gotten out. Now, I say vicious dog, very, very aggressive dog. So that's what happened. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Can you keep them on your side, please? Someone? I popped them with a BB gun, too. Don't tell them that. All right, when we come back. Yeah, I'll dive into what I'm doing. What's taking so long to get back on the air for the Deacon Live show, the entertainment show. Not that this is entertaining enough, but like I said, I do the show for me. But the entertainment show, the viral stories and news video show, there's a lot of changes that are happening with that show. And the reason why I'm bringing it into this show is because, like I said, this show's double playing on the Deacon Live show for now. But it's going to affect everybody across the board. It's going to be good news across the board for all the shows that I do. And I'll tell you what it is when we come back. So stick around. I'll be right back. So one of the shows that I do, it's not a regular show. It's a satire show. I say it's a satire show. That's the only way I can describe it. And still, I don't know. It's kind of, it gets gross. It gets obscene sometimes. I always say, be warned, this is not safe for work type show. Essentially what happens is I get phone calls like you guys do, and my job is to keep them on the phone as long as possible. The name of the podcast is called Bad Calls. We get the last word in. Us the humans. So I've been working with ChatgPT to create something, and some kind of it's a program. I'm trying to get it to do all taking the audio and putting a image behind it and stuff. It's working out great. It's happening slow. It's happening at a snail's pace, but it's happening. So that's one of the podcasts that I do. And the new regime that's coming through is going to help me spit these out a little bit faster. Right now, I'm at the mercy of 2011. That's your build up to there. But now, of course, they start sending text messages. Hey, here's your code for the item that you got on Amazon. Click the link and share your code, and you can get, $50 or whatever like that. I'm like, yeah, right, whatever. So I got a text the other day. Let me see if I'll post it on Facebook. I have to edit it, but I'll post it on Facebook. Let me give me one sec because I'm gonna open this up. I forgot what it actually said. But it came from a 77 number, 772 area code, I think. Give me one sec. I'm looking for it. Hold on. It says big block cock somewhere. Where's it at? Here's some ideas. Equine. Happens again. Can we do this for my birthday? Hummingbird cake. You can see I type in all the stuff. I email myself. Anyways, I'll read where's the thing here? Because I took a picture of it. I should have gone there first. I emailed myself, but I know I completely wasted your time. I'm sorry. I apologize. I will make it up to you in another life, I swear. So This is from a 770 area code. And it says, "Hi, my name is Wendy, and we have made purchases. We have purchased many companies like yours in the past. Would you be interested in selling your business? Type 0 to opt out or O for opt out." I don't know. So the picture that I sent them, let's see if I'm going to put it on the video here. The picture I sent them was a very, very large black man having his penis held by a white blonde woman. Let's see if I can put it up on the video real quick. Oh, it switched on me. Real quick. There it is. All right. Hopefully we don't get flagged. And I responded by saying, "Sure, can you match my current offer?" So that's the kind of stuff that we do over on the Bad Calls podcast. And there's over 500 some odd episodes over there. Most of them all of them are audio, of course. It doesn't make any sense to do any visual stuff over there. It's a podcast. And it's basically me. I record all the calls and do all that stuff. So yeah, if you can match my current offer, you can buy my company. Sure, why not? I was watching. Was trying to watch. I refused to watch. Let's put it that way. I refused to watch the new Stranger Things. Sorry. Watch the kids grow up. That was 10 years ago. I was 43 at the time when that came out. Right before COVID. Is that right? I don't know. Sometimes the math doesn't add up. But I refuse to watch season 5. I'm sorry. They can say it's the best thing on television right now, but I have a hard time seeing these kids that are like, "Hey, we should go under the underworld." You know, they're going through puberty, and you're like going, "Yeah, I knew that one guy was gay. I knew right in the beginning of the series, gay, 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 gay." Not that there's anything wrong with that, but now everyone's like going, "Oh, you know, Michael comes out that is gay." Fucking fanfare, surprise, duh. And then the kids, yeah, I don't know. It's just they're getting old. It's kind of like Saved by the Bell. You know, you got these 27-year-olds running around acting like they're 18, 16 years old. It's not working. And I don't want to put myself through that. I honestly don't. So at night, I'm trying to figure out another series to watch. I'm like, oh, you know what? Speaking of going back in time and when things were good, I started trying to watch. It sounds like I didn't do it, did it? Does it? Ain't it? Don't it? Do? I don't know. Here we go. I was trying to watch King of Queens because they're coming back on TikTok and the little short length clips. I'm like, oh, I forgot about this show. I love the show because I, in some form or fashion, imagine myself as being Kevin James. You know, every time I put my picture up on ChatGPT, it transforms me and it makes me look like Kevin James. I like his attitude. I like his stuff. And then Remy, the strong alpha female, it's kind of like my wife, but she's not as snarky as Leah Remy is. And I just I was like, oh, okay. And so I started watching. I got through like 3 or 4 episodes and I go, I can't watch it. I think what it is, it's Arthur. When he comes into the picture, I'm like, I can't watch him. Everything's the same. Sorry, Jerry. Sorry, Jerry Stiller. R.I.P. But I can't watch you. Opus clips. Talk about what's happening with the Deacon Live show. I will, little Tommy. It's okay. I'll talk about it here in just one sec. When are you going to talk about it? When I'm goddamn ready. Eat your fucking hummingbird cake. I hate nuts. Whatever. Queer. You hate nuts now, Timmy. Wait till you get older. You'll love them. Jesus Christ. Opus Clips is the program, a little insight of what goes on here. Opus Clips is a program that I physically buy. Not that I go down to Opus Central and buy it from them, but it's a program that I use, and what it does is it uses a lot of AI. I'm incorporating a lot of AI, and that's part of the reason why the whole entire Deacon Live show is getting revamped and stuff. I'm trying to incorporate AI as much as I possibly can to help me take the burden and the load off of my shoulders as far as creating these shows. Opus Clip has done very well for me. I found out something the other day, if you've ever used Opus Clips, what you do, little brief synopsis of it, you take an hour-long video. Let's say this podcast that I'm doing right now, because this will actually happen in real time. Take this video portion of the podcast. Once it's edited down and cut out all the garbage that I want in there, when I say cut out the garbage, the blank spaces, like when I say I'll be right back, I usually go downstairs, grab another beer, and come back up. You don't need to see that. I just kind of cut that out and do a little wipe or wash or whatever, and then the show goes on. Once I get it edited and I push it onto Opus Clips, Opus will say, okay, how long do you want your clips to be? I say anywhere from 60 seconds to 89 seconds, because the next jump up is 90 seconds to 3 minutes or whatever. So I tell it what I want, and then it says, okay, what is this? I go, it's a podcast, and then it gives me like 2 other options. I can either, pick, entertainment news, a vlog, how to, and it's like 16 different categories. So you pick that out. Then you go, okay, what's the template you want to use for the background? So I have it to where it posts the This Is 50 logo. If you're watching this here on the YouTube video, the This Is 50 logo, that guy right there. Where's it at? I can't, my fingers don't bend that way. There you go, right there. Boop, boop, boop. And how do you want the words to look? And once you do all that, boom, it spits it out. Usually spits out about 40 videos. Once you do that, you go back in and you edit. You kind of move the camera angles a little bit, because sometimes it is AI. It's not the smartest person in the world. It kind of makes you off center a little bit. So you have to kind of go in there and just edit that real quick and save it. And then there's a lot of times, if I catch myself saying that too much, I really, really try hard not to say that. So when I have to do it, you can go, okay, take out all the uhs. And it does that. And once you get all that done, then you have to go in there and you have to schedule it. It's an automatic scheduler. Where I'm going with it is, I normally had to do each of the 40 videos one at a time. All right, this video I want it on, January 6th at 3 o'clock. I want this video on January 6th at 10 o'clock. I want, and you go all the way down the line. It takes about an hour and a half. And you're like going, wow, that takes a long time. But you know what? It's made 40 fucking videos for you. They just opened up now where you can physically bulk load everything. You click on up to 100 posts. You click on it. I know no one's listening right now. Absolutely no one's listening, going, what are you talking about? Let's say I give you 40 items, and I want you to take these 40 items and put them on all your social media platforms. You take one item, and you physically have to go, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. No, now it'll do it for you. It's like a brrr, brrr, brrr. So I found the bulk scheduling on Opus Clips, and it's saved me. It took like 15 minutes to do it now. That's it. That's my story. That's it. That's all I got for you. Good night, everybody. Fuck you, Trav. You fucking blue ball fucking dickhead. No. I bought some stuff. I did some things. And bought some stuff. And I'll tell you what it is that's going to improve my whole entire world. So stick around. I will tell you about it when I come back. So stick around. So I have been doing these shows. I do 4 shows. I don't want to turn this into a plug-a-rama thing. But on Monday, we just wrapped up season 14 of Equine Dynamics with Mike Stein. It's a horse show I do every Monday morning at 9 a.m. Once he leaves, I edit the audio and edit the video. 2 separate formats. One goes to YouTube, one goes to iHeartRadio and Spotify and all that other stuff. So you have to capture it in 2 different areas. On that show, we have a lot of guests that video Zoom call in. We use Restream. Restream is it's pretty flawless as far as like capturing or using the audio and stuff and the video and capturing the video. You don't have to download it. You don't have to put anything on your thing. It doesn't really stress out your PC unit. A lot of people are in places that we interview that are out in the Midwest, sometimes overseas. It doesn't put a lot of stress on anything. What stresses my computer out, my computer was brand new in 2011. I have upgraded the RAM. I have upgraded everything. It is maxed out. So what's happening now is when I do a video interview with friends of ours in the horse community over in England, it gets really bogged up. That's one. Second, on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I do a viral stories and news update. Like I said, it's not top tier stories or like, hey, did you know type stuff. I do it every Wednesday. That involves me reading a bunch of articles on the screen while my video recorder is running. Like right now, my PCU is running at 23%. That's way high. Just for this show, and I'm not doing anything other than recording the video. When you start throwing articles in there and all the ad pops up and all the ad stuff that's on the side, it bogs the whole entire system down. My computer, no matter, I'm maxed out on RAM, I'm maxed out on everything. It just bogs everything down. Everything skips. I lose audio. Everything kind of clips out and stuff. So then I edit the video. Same thing, rinse, repeat for the Deacon Live show. Then I do this show. This is 50 on Friday. Like I said, my PCU right now is running at about, I just saw it jump up 25%. It should be sitting around 13%, if not less, for what I'm doing. I'll edit the audio. I'll edit the video. Put it up on the YouTube page and the Facebook page, and then all of its, streaming platforms. Because I made ChatGPT design this program for the bad calls, which is the fourth program that I do, it's using a lot of the internal background behind the scenes, and it's taking a long time to produce a 2-minute video. I'm like, I can't handle this. I've got 500 shows to get through. For a 2-minute video, it doesn't sound long, but it takes 6 minutes for it to produce a 6-minute or a 2-minute video. You take that times whatever, and that's on average. I've got videos or audio stuff that's 7 minutes long, 15 minutes long, 30 seconds long. 500 of those, if I could spit out outright. So I broke down. Come on, baby, give it to me. No, I said, you know what? This computer, this tower, this mainframe server thing that I have has maxed out. It's 2011. So I bought a new PC, new tower. And you know who helped me buy it? You bet your goddamn right. ChatGPT. I sat up here for almost 2.5 days straight. And I say straight. This is my full-time job, so I'm not doing the Deacon Live show on Wednesday, so I'll come up here on like Tuesday afternoon when I get done with everything here at the house, and I'll sit up here and I'm like, okay, where did we leave off? All right, this is what I want. This is what I'm looking for. And go up until whatever, 6, 7 o'clock at night, wherever my cutoff is, come back the next day, jump in it again. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's make this work. And, I don't want this. And it's spitting out all these different computers and stuff. And well, what do you want to do? So we came down and came up with a new PC. And I bought it. And it will be here January 19th. What that means for you is it's going to allow me to do a lot more things. My wife bought me a brand new camera. Not this camera here. When the camera switches, it'll be the one in front of me. Spent a lot of money on that camera. This one right here. And, oh my God. You can see it's cold outside. Sure, it's cold. My rosacea is coming in. So when the camera comes in, we have the camera. I've got everything set up. I've spent a lot of money on this studio that I use four times a week. So it'll be here and it'll solve all my problems according to ChatGPT. Another thing that I was trying to eliminate was this. You can't really see it. I've got a tuner. Old school tuner. It's like a 500-600 watt tuner that sits here right here. When I'm editing, I've got the old school like Pioneer speakers and stuff throughout the room. I got a couple satellites and stuff. You remember the old surround sound system where you used to have the subwoofer and then all the little speakers around? That's what I have in here. That's what this unit runs off of. It's all analog and it works good. Like if I want to sit out here and jam some music, it'll handle it. Bam, bam, bam. It's like a concert hall in here. But then when I want to edit, I can, trim it down and I can hear the little stuff. I got a little side speaker here, a little satellite speaker here. I can hear all the audio and stuff. Everything's done. The reason why I'm telling you this is because it takes up a lot of fucking room and it makes this fucking room up here hot in the summertime. This thing fucking running is a fucking heat box. It's got vents all over it. That's why you would think, So I bought a pair of speakers. Now, let me tell you about these speakers. I won't get into the computer. It's got all the I know everyone's like Geek Squad. Well, tell me all the stats and stuff. Well, it's got 100 over 1 terabyte of memory, the biggest graphics card. It's got all this other stuff, and it's got a big GPU, so the CPU, and so on and so forth. I'll post the descriptions over on Facebook. This is 50 on Facebook. I'll put the stats up there for all you guys that care. Make sure you give us a follow over there. We'd appreciate that. I would. But the speakers, my wife's like going, what do you need speakers for? I said, I need monitoring speakers. I'm tired of this fucking heat box over here. Oh, there it is right there. If you're watching this on the camera, that's it right there. See it? It's huge. It's like 1995, that thing there. And all the speakers and sound come out of that. So I'm looking online for a set of monitor speakers. My wife goes, what's the difference between monitor speakers and regular speakers that you would have like at a concert? Monitor speakers, I know I'm losing the other half of the audience. Got up and walked away. Monitor speakers are what they call flat, which means the audio and stuff that you hear out of those speakers is true to the sound that's actually being recorded on your computer. What does that mean? That means there's no highs, there's no lows, there's no treble, there's no flange, there's no echo. What you hear out of this microphone comes out of those speakers. They don't boost any bass. When you see powered speakers, they're like bass boom. When you had your boom box walking around, treble highs and all that stuff. Flat speakers don't cheat. They give you the honest audio sound. But I don't want flat audio sound. I want a combination of concert speakers and flat audio that I can switch in between. So I'm looking for monitor speakers, $700, $900, $1,500. And I go, God damn. I just spent X amount of dollars on a new PC, new tower that'll handle all the shit that I do here in the studio. What am I gonna get? I'm looking, I'm like, you know what? Let's ask ChatGPT. I put in my budget. I said, find me some speakers like this. It gave me a list of like 3 of them. I said, okay, tell me which one I should buy. Well, based on your computer, because it already told me what computer to buy, based on your computer, these speakers or these speakers or these speakers. Because you want a concert sound plus you want to be able to edit audio, these are probably the best. I like to watch people. I like to watch people a lot. No, I like to watch outside videos of people reviewing stuff. So the set of speakers that ChatGPT told me that were going to be good for my situation, I said, well, let me go find an independent reviewer on these speakers. Clicked on it, copy, paste, put it in YouTube, boom. Saw like 4 or 5 different videos. Some were not exactly the same model. Found one that had the exact model. Get ready for this story. So I clicked on it. And the guy's name is whatever. He's something review. And I sit there. I go, okay, click. His video is 15 minutes long. I go, well, it's a little long, but let's see what he's got to offer. He comes up and he's like, hey, this is Anthony. If you're watching me here on the YouTube video, this is Anthony. And we're going to unbox these speakers right now. There's no cuts. There's no nothing. This is the raw unboxing of these speakers. Now, let me explain Anthony. Anthony is, excuse me while I go through puberty. Anthony used to work at Radio Shack back in the day. So already I know he's probably my age a little bit. You know what I mean? Because Radio Shack's not around anymore. What's a Radio Shack? Second of all, he's a black man. Uh-huh. You see where I'm going with this? And he's unboxing speakers. Now, he's not, yo, triple OG, we're going to undo these speakers. He's not hyping it up. He's like, hey. And in his frame in his video, he's got keyboards, he's got, speakers and stuff. He's got his own studio, like I've got my own studio here. So he must be somewhat of a music producer or music, he understands it. I don't think he would spend all that money on the goddamn Korg keyboard that's, 82 keys over on the far right hand side there. That's a $5,000 keyboard. I don't think he would do that. So he's unboxing these speakers and he's like, they feel kind of light, but let's see what's going on with these speakers. And he puts them up there and he's like, yeah, these are solid speakers. And he goes, here's the test. And he plugs in his phone because they're Bluetooth capability on them. He plugs his phone in and he puts it up. He goes, I'm going to play a song. I'm going to play a whatever, no royalties or whatever song. And he's like, yeah, I like them. He goes, I'm going to play another song. I'm going to play one of my favorite songs, but I got to blur everything out. I got to, subdue the music because I don't want YouTube to flag me. Kind of like what I was going through on a couple of different podcasts ago. So it kind of blurs the screen a little bit and you could see him. He's like bouncing. He's like going, and he comes back a couple seconds later. He goes, and he looks at the camera like I'm looking at you right here. He goes, let me tell you something. And he's leaning on them. These speakers right here, they are the bomb, man. He goes, they didn't send me these. They don't pay me to talk about these. I wanted to try them out, and I did. I bought them. A friend of mine told me to try. He's like, these, yo, man. then his code switching started coming out, and he was like going, yo, man, these speakers right here, for the price, you getting the right deal. You getting the real deal, and I'll put my name on it, man. He goes, I will. These are it, man. These are it. He's like, I was worried about this, and they were not very heavy. And when you talk about heavy speakers, it's because of the magnet that's in the background, behind the speaker. That's what makes the speaker a speaker. Big heavy magnet. You want that in there. He's like, no, man. These are it. These are it, man. These are the get them. That's it. I'm out. Like and share, thumbs up, all that stuff. So I told my wife, did you buy speakers? I said, yeah, because a black man told me to. What do you mean? I said, black men are not going to lie about the music, about the speaker that comes out of the speakers that they use to play their music. They want to be dead on. They don't want to be, oh man, get out. Those are busted. So I bought them. How much were they? And I told her. She's like, really? Oh my God. So I got them. Those will be here the 18th. So the computer comes on 19th. The speakers will be here on the 18th. And then I'll get all this hooked up and stuff. So there's the reason why the Deacon Live show has kind of gone off the air. I'm waiting for the new PC because when Deacon Live comes back, we're going to change it up a little bit. And it'll help even This Is 50 show and the Equine Dynamics show. I don't know if it'll help the bad call show. It'll just help the bad calls get processed a little bit faster. There's no video portion on that because I got to make the videos. So there you go. That's what's going on. A lot of money left my bank account and went in a lot of people's pockets here over the last 8 days. So happy birthday to me. And I appreciate everyone listening to me work all this stuff out. Okay, I'll talk to you later. See you, bye. I literally have it written down here, but whatever comes out, comes out. Oh, God. See you, bye. Take care. Bye-bye.